Greetings everyone, this is Rock and Roll Spot Carnage with the beginning of my unboxing series on the most recent Marvel HeroClix set, Spider-Man and Venom, Absolute Carnage, heavily inspired by last year's comic book event of the same name. This is the first time you've watched one of my unboxing series, what to expect. We're gonna do 4 videos. I'll start off going through boosters. Showing off new figures as they come up. As duplicates pop up, well, yeah, they don't get focused. No figure gets focused on more than once in the series. So yeah. Yeah. So this is the first of 4. So let's get started, shall we? Much as the favorite son of unboxing, Scott Porter does, we'll be starting from the back right of each brick. I had good luck doing that before, and you know, doesn't mean I always have the best of luck doing that, but you know, hey. Alrighty. Okay, first booster. So, what are some of the things we're hoping for? Well, I've already got Null and Red Goblin, which are probably 2 of my biggest wants. Absolute Carnage would be nice. Venom, Ghost Spider, any of the chases, seeing as I gave up the one I pulled already. But yeah, so let's see what we get in booster numero uno. Okay. We do have a super rare right off the bat. So we've got Iron Man, Baby Groot, that's our super rare. Oh wow, we actually got a super rare and a rare of the same booster, nice. Agent Anti-Venom, Mary Jane, and Flash Thompson, okay. One thing to keep in mind with this set is we do have a new mechanic, secret identities. And between sealed games and this first booster, it does appear that you get a secret if you get one of the characters if you get one of the secret identity characters, you also get one of the identities they utilize. All right, so I'm going to start off with Iron Man. Looks like a fairly standard Iron Man, right? Nothing probably the kind of thing you might actually want to roll your eyes about, because great, another friggin' Iron Man, right? However, take a look at that real name. That's not Tony Starkson, that's Mary Jane Watson. So, anyway, so Iron Man comes in at 60 points, has the Spider-Man family, or Spider-Man allied team ability, making him a wild card, or making her a wild card. She's got improved targeting North Henry terrain, as well as the Spider-Man family, Stark Industries, armor and celebrity keywords. And we got almost an entire looking at our dial, we got almost an entire dial of sidestep for both the regular and secret identity version, and we'll get to the secret identity dial in a second. On attack, we open up the special power. I've got advanced repulsors too. When Iron Man hits with with a range attack. After resolutions, each hit target is knocked back 4 squares. That's pretty huge. That we then follow up with Incapacitate. Defensively speaking, you open with Invulnerability, then Toughness. And on damage, we've got Perplex. Okay. So, next up, we've got Miss Watson herself. And I'm simply going to say it. Mary Jane is quite possibly the most annoying figure in this friggin' set. Mary Jane comes in at 15 points as the Spider-Man Ally Team ability, as well as the Spider-Man Family Stark Industries and Celebrity Keywords. She also has 2 traits. Secret Identity, Iron Man, Marvella, She-Venom. When Mary Jane would be KO'd, you may instead replace her with a Secret Identity character with a listed name on click number 9. This game, when that replacement is KO'd, it scores the character's points and an additional 25 points. So, in this case, for Mary Jane, it would score 15 points, and then an additional 25 if you bring in Iron Man. So, her other trait, need a Distraction Tiger? Don't forget, you're married to a movie star. As a power action, if no friendly bystanders named paparazzi are on the map, roll a d6, generate a number of paparazzi bystanders equal to half the result in unoccupied squares within 4 squares. Okay. The paparazzi have sidestep and incapacitate and are autonomous. In fact, so is Mary Jane. In fact, all of those Secret Identity characters are autonomous. But yeah, those paparazzi, that's what makes MJ so annoying. Anyway, looking at MJ's dial, we've got a couple clicks of sidestep, nothing on attack, some inertial deflection, some late dial willpower, and a click of shape change. Compare that with her. Then when she gets KO'd, you can bring in Iron Man at click number 9. For a couple clicks of sidestep, Earthbound neutralized, a couple clicks of advanced repulsors, click of invulnerability, a couple clicks of toughness, and a couple clicks of perplex. So yeah, not bad for an extra, and then they score an extra 25 points for that. Alright, or they just score the 15 for having KO'd. I don't think. I think if you don't KO a replacement a Secret Identity replacement character, I don't think they get the points for the initial KO. Next up, we've got Flash Thompson. Flash here comes in at 35 points. Has the Avengers, Codex, Guardians of the Galaxy, S.H.I.E.L.D., Spider-Man Family, and Soldier keywords, as well as the Secret Identity trait, Agent Venom, Agent Anti-Venom. He also has the Symbiote trait, granting him plasticity and shape change. Sadly, no automatic breakaway, but hey, plasticity and shape change still aren't bad. And then finally, the real Anti-Venom. Opposing characters within 4 squares can't use shape change. That's kind of huge, actually. So, looking at Flash's dial, we've got a couple clicks of sidestep, a couple clicks of poison, some willpower followed by defend, some close combat expert followed by enhancement. Alright, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Next, we've got Agent Anti-Venom. And if you've got both him and Flash Thompson, and Flash gets KO'd or would be KO'd, you can replace Agent Anti-Venom, or replace him with Agent Anti-Venom. Anyway, Agent Anti-Venom comes in at 75 points. Has the Spider-Man Ally Team ability, so he's a wild card. He's also got the Avengers, Codex, S.H.I.E.L.D., Spider-Man Family, Monster, and Soldier keywords. Improved movement, ignores elevated and hindering terrain. Two traits. First off, we have Cleansing Powers, support as a free action. Symbiote, plasticity and shape change. Okay. Then looking at his looking at his primary dial, we've got a few clicks of charge, followed by a couple clicks of sidestep, some precision strike, which is followed up by poison, back to precision, and I think that's back to precision strike. Some combat reflexes, which gives way to toughness. Also indomitability, so that's always a plus. We got a special power on damage. Wait, I haven't cured you yet. Outwit. Once per turn, when Agent Anti-Venom uses it, after resolutions, he can use Outwit at no cost, but only to target a character with a Spider-Man family keyword or monster keyword. Outwit. Use Outwit at no... After using it, use Outwit at no cost. Okay. Alright. Okay, I think. It's a bit odd. Then we get some mid-dial and power. Now, if you're running Flash, however, at for 35 points, and he would be KO'd, you can replace him with Agent Anti-Venom on click number 9, which grants... He's got stealth, he's got poison, combat reflexes, and support. Now, the neat thing here is he still has that support as free. So, you can roll support. Oh, as free. Maybe, okay, you healed a single click. Okay, so you give him a token, roll it again. And oh, look, you just healed up 3. And he still does have Indomitable if he comes into the Secret Identity character. But, yeah, that is Agent Anti-Venom. Next up, we've got Venom Groot. We are Groot. Venom Groot comes in at 40 points, or 35 points. Has the Codex, Guardians of the Galaxy, and monster keywords, as well as improved movement, ignores elevated hindering terrain. We've also got 3 traits, symbiote traits, same as Agent Venom, or Agent Anti-Venom and Flash Thompson have. A lot of characters in this set have that. Then we have call in help from the Venomverse. When Venom Groot hits an opposing character, no character has been placed this turn, after resolutions you may roll a d6. On a 3 through a 6, place another friendly character whose name includes Venom adjacent. Okay, alright. Then we've got regrown from a twig and from a drop. When Venom Groot is KO'd, instead of putting him in your KO area, turn him to click number 1 and put him on this card. This game, when another friendly character uses call-in help from the Venomverse and succeeds, they may instead choose to place Venom Groot from this card. He's scored each time, though, so kind of want to be careful of that. Also, it's not protected. It's not protected from Pulse Wave, so I think if you would, I'm kind of thinking maybe if he was KO'd by a Pulse Wave, though, he might end up screwed. Looking at his dial, we get a full run of stealth, then a full run of poison, then we get some toughness followed by combat reflexes. Then he's got the tiny, as you can see, he's got tiny, and we have on damage a special power, fly traps and vine snares. When an opposing character is placed within 4 squares of Venom Groot, choose one. Modify that character's attack -2 this turn, or after resolutions, deal that character 1 penetrating damage. If that character occupies hindering terrain, choose both. In fact, and to be the interpretation of that power has actually already warranted Venom Groot a spot on WizKids' watch list. As the way knockback works, you are placed in each square. So if Venom Groot is within 4 squares of a character being knocked back, they take 1 penetrating damage for each square they get knocked back. So there are already some theories as to how WizKids is going to be dealing with this. But yeah, he's already seeing quite a bit of use just because of that. With a lot of people trying to get multiples to be able to say, oh yeah, hey, I got 3 of them, and oh, look at all that damage you just took. Anyway, moving on to our next booster. So far, so good. I'd say we're off to a good start. We got ourselves a super rare right off, and we got a rare right off. I mean, there are very few ways to do better than that. Alright. Oh my, we got some equipment. And I think we got ourselves a... Oh yeah. Got ourselves a duplicate. Now, because we haven't seen this figure in the unboxing series yet, we will be looking at him in this. Though, if you've seen the last few building the teams, you've already got to look at the characters. So, set that there. Alright. Black Cat, we got Deathlock. We got Agent Venom. Venom. And ooh. That was almost bad. And we got Null and the Necro Sword. Alright, so we'll start off with Black Cat. Like the look. Black Cat here comes in at 40 points, has the Underworld team ability, which is quite nice, and the Ruler keyword, which not so nice. Well, okay, alright, never mind. So first off, the Underworld team ability. Passenger 1, but only to carry a character that shares a keyword. Passenger 2, but only to carry a character that shares a keyword with this character and is lower points. And they're both have to be lower points. Okay. Alright, so Black Cat comes in at, like I said, 40 points. She's got the Underworld team ability as well as the Ruler keyword. We got a trait, Black Cat's forming a gang. When establishing theme teams, Black Cat gives the named keyword of another character on your starting force. Okay, alright. And then looking at her dial, we open up with a few clicks of the special speed power Expert Cat Burglar, giving her leap, climb, sidestep, and stealth, which then gives her regular stealth. On attack, we open up with some Precision Strike, followed by Blaze Claw's Fangs. Defensively speaking, we open up with Combat Reflexes, followed by Super Senses. On damage, we open up with a special power Bad Luck Field. Opposing characters within 4 squares can use probability control to reroll attack rolls that contain a 1 or a 2. So, if your opponent rolls if an opposing character within 4 squares rolls a critical miss, they're screwed. They got to use it. Unless they have a means of replacing one of the dice, they got to use it. Then that gives way to regular probability control. One thing I have kind of noticed with the Black Cats from this set, between the booster and the booster set and the Fast Forces, is that we got what kind of feel like some new attempts at some attempts at making trying a different take on Black Cat, focusing more on dice manipulation as opposed to probability control. Though this one does include regular probs, so that is nice. Next up, we've got Venom, and we already do have the character, but we haven't, but not yet from this video, from the unboxing series. So yeah, Venom here comes in at 65 points. He's got the Spider-Man allied team ability, as well as making him wild card, as well as improved movement, ignores elevated Henry train. He also has the Codex, Sinister Syndicate, Spider-Man Family, Monster, and Reporter keywords, as well as 2 traits: Symbiote, giving him plasticity and shape change, and Lethal Protector. Once per attack, when an adjacent friendly character takes damage, you give Venom a Protector token. As a free action, remove a Protector token to make a close attack that deals penetrating damage. Okay. And Venom is also a secret identity character. If you've got Eddie Brock and he would be KO'd, you can bring it. You can swap out Venom. Looking at Venom's primary dial, we open up with a few clicks of charge, followed by some sidestep, some super strength, followed by Blaze Claw's fangs. We got Indomitable on defense, as well as some toughness, followed by super senses, and we get some late dial close combat expert. Now, looking at the secret identity dial, we've got a click of charge, super strength, toughness, a couple clicks of super senses, and a couple late dial clicks of close combat expert. So, okay, all right, not bad, not great, but not bad. Next up, we've got Deathlock. One of many Deathlocks over the years. This is the Michael Collins Deathlock, who was introduced in the 90s. He was involved in Absolute Carnage, amongst other things. Comes in at 75 points and has the Codex, Shield, Assassin, Robot, and Soldier keywords, as well as improved targeting, ignores Henry terrain, and characters. We also have a trait, All Systems Rebooting, which allows him to use regeneration, but not for free. He can use regen, but just at any point, just normally. Looking at his dial, we open up with a few clicks of running shot, followed by a couple clicks of stealth. We get some late dial precision strike. Defensively speaking, he's got indomitability because he is a robot. Plus a full dial of toughness. On damage, we open up the special power computer to calculate countermeasures. At the beginning of your turn, choose a standard damage power. Deathlock can use the chosen power until your next turn. Okay? That then gives way to a couple clicks of ranged combat expert. Okay, not too shabby. And then next up we've got Agent Venom, who Flash Thompson can also turn into. Agent Venom comes in at 65 points. He's got the team player wildcard team ability, so he can copy any copyable friendly team ability. He's also got improved movement, ignores elevated hindering terrain, as well as improved targeting. May make range attacks out of adjacency, including to target adjacent and opposing characters. Keyword wise, you got Avengers, Codex, Guardians of the Galaxy, Shield, Spider-Man Family, Monster, and Soldier. Whew, quite a bit. He is a secret identity of Flash Thompson. We got 2 traits. First off, the symbiote trait, just like Flash, Agent Anti-Venom, and Venom. Then, first into the battle. At the beginning of your turn, you may roll a d6. Move Agent Venom up to half the result. If it's your first turn, move him up to the full result instead. Okay. Looking at his primary dial, you open up with a couple clicks of stealth, followed by which gives way to some running shot. On attack, he opens up with nothing, but does pick up penetrating psychic blast. Defensively speaking, we've got Indomitable. We open up with invulnerability, which gives way to the special defense power Go Down Swinging, granting Agent Venom super senses and toughness. And on damage, we open up with a couple clicks of ranged combat expert. Now, looking at his secret identity dial, we've got Flurry, Blades, Go Down Swinging, which gives way to regular toughness, and Battle Fury. Got a very different dial there. That's actually kind of neat. And finally, Null, God of the Symbiotes. Null comes in at either at either 250 points or 125 points, has the Power Cosmic Team ability, as well as the Codex, Maximum Carnage, Cosmic Deity, and Monster keywords. We've got 3 traits. The first symbiote, My Shadow, which allows me to start with the Necro Sword, all black, the Necro Sword equipped. All black, has normal cost of 15. The effect it grants is Giant Reach 2, and when the equipped character makes a close attack, opposing characters can't use Shape Change or Super Senses, and can't reduce damage below 1. Okay, alright. Next trait, the God of Symbiotes. Plasticity, but has Breakaway +3, and opposing characters have Breakaway -3 instead. Shape Change, but succeeds on a 4 through a 6. When Null KOs an opposing character after resolutions, heal 2 clicks. Yeah, you can get him to work, he's going to work. Oh boy, will he work. Finally, we have Umberkinesis, and this is actually one of the things that makes Null a whole lot of fun to run. Stealth, Smoke Cloud is free, but generates obscuring terrain markers instead. As a free action, place Null in a square of obscuring terrain within 4 squares. Now let's take a look at that dial, which is very long. You open up with a click of Charge, 3 clicks of Flurry, back to Charge, and 3 more clicks of Flurry, followed by 3 clicks at the end of Sidestep. Sadly, we get nothing on defense or on attack, but we do have quite a bit to utilize anyway. On defense, we open up with Invincible, followed by Impervious, followed by Vulnerability, followed by Regeneration. On damage, we open up with Outwit, which gives way to Probability Control, back to Outwit, and then back to Probability Control. All in all, not bad. Not bad at all. He does have his problems, don't get me wrong, but yeah. Overall, not a bad figure. Moving on to our next booster. Man, 2 boosters in. 2 super rares and a rare. Wow, that's actually kind of nuts. Oh, we got ourselves a Prime. Okay. And we have ourselves a duplicate. Which, oh yeah, we'll put new, new for the video. There, yeah. Duplicates over here. Duplicated for the video over there. We've also got one of my favorite Spidey villains. Okay. Alright, so we've already seen Iron Man. So we'll put her card here. We've got Prowler. Prime Venom. Goblin, and Shriek. Okay, so let's kick things off with the Prowler. Now this is the original Prowler, Hobie Brown, who is not Miles Morales' uncle. So Prowler comes in at 30 points, has the Spider-Man Allied Team ability, as well as the Spider-Man Family keyword, and he has improved movement and ignores elevated and hindering terrain. Looking at his dial, we've got a full run of stealth. We open up the special attack power, armed with gas grenades, which gives him Smoke Cloud. Smoke Cloud is free, but only to generate 3 markers. That then gives way to Precision Strike. We get some full dial of Toughness, then we get an opening click of Perplex. Alright. Now, you know, for 40 points, that's 30 points. For 30 points, that's very not bad. Next up, we have our first Prime, Venom. It's the common Prime. This is a more Carnage-possessed version. Venom comes in at 80 points, has the Spider-Man Allied Team ability, as well as the Codex, Maximum Carnage, Sinister Syndicate, Spider-Man Family, Monster and Reporter keywords, and he has improved movement, ignores elevated and hindering terrain. Finally, we have a trait, Symbiote Codex Hunter, which grants him plasticity and shape change, like the Symbiote trait. And when Venom KOs an opposing character after resolutions, heal 1 click. If that character had the Codex keyword, heal 3 clicks instead. Okay, alright. Looking at his dial, first off, it's the regular dial is a bit beefy. On speed, we open up with a special power, Driven Mad by Null. Charge, but do not have speed. So yeah, full move charge. When Venom uses charge after resolutions, deal 1 penetrating damage to each adjacent character, friendly and opposing. Okay, so you gotta be a little careful with him. We get some regular charge followed by some flurry. On attack, we open up with blades, which then gives way to Quake, which gives way to Steel Energy. Defense, we've got Indomitable. Opens up with Invulnerability, followed by a large block of Toughness, which then gives way to special defense power. The Symbiote is taking over. It's a stop click, granting Toughness. The free action, roll a d6. On a 1, give them an action token. On a 2 through 5, choose one to last until your next turn. Impervious or Regeneration. On a 6, straight up heal 2 clicks. Okay, alright. And then Eddie Brock can turn into, if Eddie Brock would be KO'd, you can also turn him into this version of Venom. We get Driven Mad by Null, then regular charge, blades, Quake, Steel Energy, Invuln Toughness, and some end dial close combat expert. Okay, alright. We don't have that nifty stop click, but, you know, still, it's definitely not bad. Alright, next up we've got Goblin. Like I said, Goblin is probably one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. Goblin was a demon that initially possessed the second Hobgoblin, Jason Massendale. However, he realized that Massendale was a horrible, terrible person, and yeah, he broke free of the he became unpossessed, and he tried to redeem himself before dying, but yeah. Anyway, he got involved in it. During Goblin's existence, he ended up hooking up with Carnage and family during Absolute Carnage, or Maximum Carnage. And the demon itself was later brought back to possess someone else we'll be talking about soon in Absolute Carnage. So Goblin comes in at 60 points, has no team ability. You have a trait Pumpkin Bombs. Goblin may start the game with the Pumpkin Bombs equipped at no cost. Then looking at his dial, first off, he is a secret identity character, and Massendale can be turned into him. Speed, we open up the running shot, which gives way to the sidestep. On attack, we open up the special power Destroy the Non-Believers, granting him Precision Strike. As a free action, choose one. Improved targeting, ignores and destroys blocking, improved targeting characters, improved targeting elevated, or improved targeting hindering. Goblin can use the chosen ability this turn. Okay. That then gives way to some steel energy. Defensively speaking, we open up with inertial deflection, followed by a couple clicks of toughness, followed by a couple clicks of defend. Then on damage, we open up with a few clicks of shape change, followed by a couple clicks of probability control. Looking at his secret identity dial, we open up with a single click of the special power, followed by some sidestep. Then running shot, followed by sidestep. We open up with a single click of that special power, Destroy the Non-Believers, then Steel Energy. Inertial deflection, followed by toughness, and shape change. Not too shabby. If he gets KO'd, you give your opponent an extra 25 points. Yeah. And finally, we've got Shriek. In Absolute Carnage, Shriek was sacrificed by Carnage and Company as a means of bringing Goblin back. And in fact, the demon that was Goblin possessed Shriek, and they became Goblin, or Goblin. Anywho, Shriek here comes in at 45 points. She has the maximum Carnage and monster keywords, as well as two traits. First off, maximum Carnage. Once per turn, when Shriek hits after resolutions, deal 1 penetrating damage to up to 2 opposing characters that weren't hit but are adjacent to a hit character. Okay. Followed by Sonic Outburst. If Shriek has no action tokens, she can use Pulse Wave. Ooh. Yikes. Looking at her dial, we open up with some Running Shot, followed by some Sidestep. Then we get special attack power Sonic Scream, giving her Penetrating Psychic Blast. When she uses it, after targeted characters can't use Super Senses this turn, including for this attack. That then gives her a regular Penetrating Psychic Blast. Then we get some Inertial Deflection, followed by a few clicks of Toughness. Not too shabby for the Bride of Carnage. Not too shabby at all. Moving on to our next booster. So we've already we pulled a Prime, we pulled a couple Super Rares, 1 or 2 Super Rares left in there, possibly a Chase. Okay. Alright, so we got another Deathlock. This is a different Deathlock from the one we pulled earlier. We've got Iron Spider, and this is in fact Miles Morales' Uncle Aaron. We also got Uncle Aaron. We got Gwen Stacy, and we got Black Widow. Though not the Black Widow that most people know and love. In fact, I was a little surprised to see who it was when I pulled her in the sealed. I kind of like that the set does kind of keep in mind where Uncle Aaron, Miles Morales originated from. All right. So we'll start off taking a look at Black Widow. Widow comes in at 60 points. She has the Ultimates team ability, which is literally the same as the Avengers Initiative team ability, granting improved movement and targeting, ignores hindering terrain. She got 2 traits. First off is Dimensional Travel Watch, which allows her to start the game with the Dimensional Watch equipped at no cost. As next we have Ultimate Spider Sense, which grants her super senses. Once per turn, you may re-roll a friendly character's super senses roll or shape change roll if that character is within range and line of fire. Okay, as it does say simply a friendly character, not another friendly character's. You can also target her own. She's got improved movement, ignores elevated terrain, as well as the Shield, Spider-Man family, and Ultimates keywords. Then looking at her dial, we open up with a couple clicks of Running Shot, followed by a couple clicks of Sidestep. We get a few clicks of Incapacity, followed by a couple clicks of Quake. Some Willpower, followed by Inertial Deflection, and some late dial Range Combat Expert. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad at all. And she can actually work. She works pretty well, actually. Having used her, she can work out really well. Next, we've got Aaron Davis, Miles Morales' Uncle Aaron. Aaron Davis comes in at 30 points. Has the Underworld team ability, just like Black Cat. He has the Magia Sinister Syndicate keywords, as well as the Secret Identity trait. Iron Spider or Prowler. Then he's looking at his dial. We get some Stealth followed by some Sidestep. We get some late dial of Steel Energy. Toughness followed by Combat Reflexes. Perplex followed by Exploit Weakness. He has an Autonomous on attack, like every other Secret Identity character does. Now we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and take a look at Iron Spider now, even though it's the rare. There's the figure. Iron Spider comes in at 75 points, has the Sinister Syndicate team ability, as well as improved movement and ignores elevated hindering terrain. Get the Magia, Sinister Syndicate, Armor, and Spy keywords, as well as 2 traits. First off being Waldo Arms, allowing Iron Spider to start the game with the Waldo Arms equipped at no cost. Then we have the yet another Sinister 6 trait. Adjacent friendly characters with the Sinister Syndicate keyword may replace their defense value with 18. Okay, alright. Now, first off, the dial that Aaron can swap into when he would be KO'd. We get some Stealth, followed by some Incapacitate, followed by Super Senses. Then on damage, we open up the special power. I've got the talent, the plan, and the crew to pull this off. Leadership and Outwit. When Iron Spider uses leadership and succeeds, choosing an equipped opposing character. When the chosen character is hit this turn, unequip it. That then gives way to leadership, actually. Regular leadership. Looking at his regular dial, we open up with Charge, followed by Plasticity. We get a few clicks of Precision Strike, followed by Poison. Invulnerable, followed by Invincible, followed by Combat Reflexes. 3 clicks of the Leadership Outwit special power, followed by a couple clicks of Close Combat Expert at the very end. Not too shabby, especially considering Close Combat Expert with a printed 11. You can just put it all in damage at that, if you really want to. Anyway, moving on, we've got Deathlock. This is, I want to say, the original Deathlock, Luther Manning. But Deathlock here comes in at 60 points, has the team wildcard ability, and yeah, that is the original. He also has the Future Robot and Soldier keywords, as well as the trait Breaking Free of My Creator's Will. Leadership. When Deathlock uses it and succeeds, give him a freedom token. Deathlock has 2 or less freedom tokens. Characters take a maximum of 1 damage from Deathlock's attacks. Protected, Outwit. And looking at his dial, we open up with a couple of clicks of Running Shot, followed by a few clicks of Charge, followed by an end dial click of Sidestep. On attack, we open up with a couple clicks of Penetrating Psychic Blast, followed by some Precision Strike. Defensively speaking, he's got Indomitable. Opens up with some initial deflection, followed by a few clicks of Invincible. Some late dial, or end dial, I should say, regeneration. And on damage, all we've got is some end dial shape change. Silvo, not terrible, just a distinct lack of usable keywords, or of, well, I wouldn't say lack of usable keywords, but it does he does rely a lot more on this set's Spider-Verse chases. Next, we've got Miss Gwen Stacy. Gwen here comes in at 25 points, has the Spider-Man ally team ability as well as the Spider-Man family and celebrity keywords. She also has the secret identity trait, Ghost Spider. When she be KO'd, instead replaced with a secret identity character with a listed name on click number 9, blah blah blah. Another trait she got is how loud do you want it? Opposing characters within 4 squares can't use super senses. Okay, alright. Looking at her dial, she's got autonomous like all the other secret identity characters. Then we've got charge followed by some sidestep. On defense, we have a full run of super senses. Damage-wise, we open up with a couple clicks of exploit weakness, followed by a couple clicks of support. Okay, not bad for 25 points. Not bad in the slightest. All right, moving on to our next booster. Oh, there's our Goblin. All right. There's Hobgoblin. And we've got Bombshell. Yeah, there we go. We got ourselves another Aaron Davis. Huh. Interesting. None of the Aaron Davis. Okay, well, that would be why. We also have Jason Massendale. And we've got Deathlock. So, yeah. And this is the common Deathlock, the Michael Collins one. So, Uncle Aaron and Deathlock go off to the side, because we've already looked at them. Alright, Hobgoblin, Massendale, and Bombshell. Start off with Bombshell here. Bombshell is a pair of supporting characters from Miles Morales' initial run in the Ultimates line. I think this is the mom. They're a mother-daughter. This is the daughter. Okay, yeah, they're a mother-daughter. They started off as a mother-daughter crime duo. But the daughter had a change of heart and has become a heroine. So, you know, good for her. But Bombshell comes in at 40 points, has the Ultimates keyword as well as the Champions, Femizons, Sinister Syndicate, and Ultimates keywords. We also have a trait, Mother-Daughter Duo, Force Blast. If Bombshell is within 3 squares of Absolute Carnage number 25 Bombshell, she can use Pulse Wave and has protected Pulse Wave. Okay. So it'll be, if she and her mother are within 3 squares of each other, at least she can use Pulse Wave. And I get to they each can use Pulse Wave and are each protected from Pulse Wave. Okay. Looking at her dial, we open up a special speed power, riding shockwaves. Running shot. When Bombshell knocks back one or more characters after resolutions, Bombshell may move up to X squares, where X is the highest number of squares the character was knocked back during that action. Not too shabby. Then a couple clicks of sidestep, we get some energy explosion, followed by some quake, some willpower, followed by inertial deflection, and some perplex, followed by enhancement. Okay, alright. Not too shabby. Not bad for 40 points. And then we've got Jason Massendale. Massendale comes in at 25 points, has a Sinister Syndicate team ability as well as the Magia, Sinister Syndicate, Assassin, Martial Artist, Soldier, and Spy keywords. We have 2 traits. Don't make deals with demons. Trust me. Opposing characters within 4 squares can't use the Mystics team ability. Okay, alright. It's always nice to turn that, to switch off Mystics. Yeah. Then, Secret Identity. Demogoblin, Hobgoblin, Jack-o'-lantern. Okay, alright. Looking at his dial, we open up with we've got a speed power. Mercenary Assassin, giving him sidestep and stealth. He's got an autonomous, so his... By the way, autonomous means that actions don't count towards your action total. We click into some combat reflexes on defense. We get 3 clicks of ranged combat expert with 1 damage. And if he would be KO'd, well, you can just bring in Hobgoblin or Demogoblin, one or the other. Hobgoblin comes in at 75 points normally, has the Sinister Syndicate team ability, as well as the Sinister Syndicate monster and mystical keywords. We get the Pumpkin Bombs trait, just like Demogoblin. Then the yet another Sinister Six trait. Adjacent friendly characters with the Sinister Syndicate keyword can use Blaze Claw's Fangs. Finally, we have I Can Smell Your Sins. Once per turn, when an opposing character hits, you may give that opposing character a sin token. Characters with sin tokens can't use shape change, and Hobgoblin has free make an attack, but only to target characters with sin tokens. When a character with a sin token clears action tokens, they may remove one of their sin tokens. Okay, all right. Now, if Hobgoblin will be brought in as to replace or KO Jason Massendale, we get a full run of stealth, click of incapacitate, followed by a couple clicks of Blaze Claw's Fangs, some barrier. Ow, damn. Yeah, barrier, followed by combat reflexes, and we get some outwit as well. Now, if you're bringing in Hobgoblin at the beginning of his dial, we open up with a couple clicks of running shot, a couple clicks of sidestep, then a couple clicks of charge. Nothing on attack until the third click, where we get some precision strike, followed by Blaze Claw's Fangs. Defensively speaking, we've got some toughness, followed by a couple clicks of combat reflexes. On damage, we open up with a couple clicks of Perplex, followed by a couple clicks of Ranged Combat Expert, followed by a couple clicks of Exploit Weakness. Battle Fury. Battle Fury, okay, alright. Which does kind of put a damper on a few things. There's no range attacks, no carrying, but he ignores shape change that way. So, ups and downs. Alright. Next, Think we can get a chase out of this one, maybe? Maybe another super rare? We shall see. Got one more left for this video after this booster. And like I said, there's probably at least one more super rare floating around in there. And probably also one more, probably also a chase too, so... Ugh. Okay. Ooh, we got some nifty new toys here. All right, so we've got Marvella. We've got Harry Osborne. We've also got American Son. Steel Serpent. And the man himself, Spider-Man. All right. Alrighty. That actually works out. Alright, we'll start off with Spider-Man. Spider-Man comes in at 40 points, has the Spider-Man ally team ability, making him a wild card. He also has the Avengers, Kodak, Spider-Man family, reporter, and scientist keywords, as well as the trait, first you have to catch me, which grants him super senses. He's also a secret identity character. Obviously, Peter Parker can become Spider-Man. Looking at his dial, we open up with a couple of clicks of special speed power. You're from the neighborhood Spider-Man. Leap, climb, sidestep, passenger 1. This then gives way to regular sidestep. On attack, we open up with some precision strike, followed by incapacitate. Defensively speaking, we open up with a couple clicks of combat reflexes, followed by a couple clicks of willpower. Then on damage, we open up with Close Combat Expert, followed by some Empower. Now, looking at his secret identity dial, we open up with a couple clicks of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, a couple clicks of Sidestep, full run of Incapacitate, full run of Defend, and then a click of Perplex. Alright, okay, not too shabby at all. Not too bad. Next up, we've got Harry Osborne making his HeroClix debut. And we've had multiple Norman Osborns, but never a Harry Osborne before. Hell, never even a Green Goblin that was supposed to be or Harry Osborne. Alright, so Harry comes in at 30 points, has the Spider-Man ally team ability, as well as the Dark Avengers of the Spider-Man family keywords. He has the secret identity trait, American Son or Green Goblin. Okay, so we'll keep that in mind if we pull a Green Goblin. Looking at his dial, we open up with nothing, but that gives you get some sidestep on attack. He's got autonomous and some precision strike. We get some willpower on defense. On damage, we open up with support, followed by perplex. Okay, all right. Then, if he would be KO'd, you can turn him into American Son or Green Goblin. American Son, normal, by himself comes in at 65 points, has the Dark Avengers, Spider-Man family and armor keywords, as well as the To Be the Son Norman Wanted or Not trait. The first time American Son would KO an opposing character 25 or more points, you may instead turn them to their last non-KO click. If you do, this game, American Son can use Perplex and modifies his combat values by +1. If you don't, after resolutions, deal American Son 1 unavoidable damage, and this game he can use Outwit and deals penetrating damage. Interesting. Alright, so looking at his primary dial, actually, seeing as how we got Norman, if Harry were to be KO'd, and you brought in American Son, he'd come in with a few clicks of Sidestep, followed by a few clicks of Incapacitate. He's got Indomitable, as you can see on defense. Then we get some Defend on defense. Normally speaking, he comes in, he starts off with Running Shot, then we get some Sidestep, and some Charge. Then we get some, on attack, we get a couple clicks of Energy Explosion. On defense, again, Indomitable. He's got Indomitable. He's also got the special power Adapted from Iron Man, giving him Inertial Deflection and Invulnerability, which then gives way to Regular Invulnerability, followed by Toughness. Mid dial, we open up on damage with some Close Combat or Range Combat Expert, and then after that we get some Close Combat Expert. So, okay, all right, an interesting combination. That's for sure. It's also nice to see some more characters with Dark Avengers keyword. I'm always happy to see the Dark Avengers numbers get added, get fleshed out. Next up, we've got Steel Serpent. Better known as Davos, to those who watched Iron Fist. Steel Serpent comes in at 60 points, has the Hydra team ability. When an adjacent friendly character makes a range attack, modify the target's defense by -1 if the target is within line of fire of this character. Okay, alright. Steel Serpent comes in at has the Hydra Kunlun, martial artist, mystical keywords, as well as improved movement ignores characters, and the trait Summon the Chi from Others. Once per turn, when an adjacent friendly character is damaged by an opponent's attack, give Steel Serpent a Chi token. As a free action, remove any number of Chi tokens to make that many close attacks against different targets. Maximum damage value 3. Okay. Looking at his dial, we open up with a couple of Charge, followed by a couple of Flurry, then some Sidestep. On attack, we open up with some Quake, which then gives way to Precision Strike, which gives way to Steel Energy. Also some very solid combat values, I gotta say, attack values. 11s and 10s only. Ow. Defensively speaking, we got Indomitable. He opens up with some Super Senses, followed by Combat Reflexes, followed by Mastermind. And on damage, we open up with a special damage, with a special power, Fight for Me, Die for Me, granting Steel Serpent Empower and Leadership, which then gives way to some late dial Exploit Weakness, and that's right, a printed 4 damage on his last click with an 11 attack. Now he does have a somewhat squishy but still very useful 16 defense. That Mastermind can be very useful if you can keep some friendlies adjacent to him to basically soak up any damage he might take when you want to use that 4 damage. Okay, and finally we've got Marvella. First off, I'm going to say it. You could probably just paint this, paint the outfit red, including the headpiece, and boom, you got a Scarlet Witch figure. Marvella is, as stated previously, a character. Marvella's the hero in the superhero movie that Mary Jane Watson is starring in her current title. But Marvella comes in at 15 points, has the Spider-Man ally team ability, as well as the Spider-Man family and celebrity keywords. We also got a trait, Peter, you can be an expert in my superhero movie. When establishing theme teams, characters on your starting force with the celebrity keyword gain the Spider-Man family keyword. Now, note, all of the chases do something similar. So that's That's pretty useful. And there are some very interesting characters with the celebrity keyword out there. Not all of them are Marvel characters, for example. But some Marvel characters. You've got the Fantastic Four. A lot of them have it. Booster Gold from Justice Unlimited and other versions of him have celebrity, so on and so forth. Anyway, looking at Marvella's dial, we open up with a special speed power wire work, giving her sidestep and flight, but only if Marvella has no action token. Well, flight if she has no action tokens. We get some beginning and end dial incapacitates. We've got some barrier and a couple clicks of empower, and her secret identity dial if she's brought it in because Mary Jane would be KO'd. Charge, a couple clicks of sidestep, some super strength, then some energy deflection, and empower, and some slightly higher damage values. She actually might be better to utilized as a secret identity character than as herself. Alright, now our final booster for this video. Let's see if we can finish up with something good, or if everything else good will be in the next video. I mean, hey, we already have 2 super rares, so I mean, you know, we've already done pretty damn well for this video. And we have a prime. But yeah, anyway. Okay, alright. Nothing spectacular, but nothing. But still, we did get a character with equipment. Let's get that out. Okay, we've got Miles Morales, we've got Tombstone, got Riot, we've got Mysterio. All right, that's actually I was honestly hoping to get Mysterio as quickly as possible in this. So yeah, and we have ourselves another Black Widow. Alright, so... It's always nice to see Tombstone come back in. He's a fun. He makes for an interesting villain, in my opinion. Okay. Mysterio. All right. So we'll start off with Tombstone. Tombstone, for those unaware, is frequently either a mob boss or mob enforcer type within Spider-Man books. More often than not anymore, he is more of a boss. In fact, his daughter is the new Beetle, and has worked with Black Cat on multiple occasions, trying to recruit Black Cat into the new Sinister Six. Anyway, Tombstone comes in at 75 points, has the Underworld and Sinister Syndicate team abilities. He's also, it's also of note that he's been a Daredevil villain too. With, in fact, his significant appearance listed here being Daredevil number 91. So yeah, but he's got the Magia, Sinister Syndicate, and Hand keywords. Okay. Looking at his dial, we get some. Oh, I haven't mentioned it. The Sinister Syndicate team ability allows him to share his attack value with a friendly character who also utilizing the keyword, or to use the shared attack value of a adjacent friendly character with the team ability as well. We get some charge, followed by a few clicks of plasticity, back to charge. We get a long glut of super strength, followed by some late dial Blaze Claw's Fangs. On defense, we open up the special power Tougher Than the Cold Bronx Pavement. Impervious. Tombstone can reduce penetrating damage. Protected Outwit. Okay. Not protected from Pulse Wave, but is protected from Outwit. So that's not too shabby. Then gives way to Invulnerability. Also, he's got Indomitable, so built-in willpower, which is always nice. We get some Empower, followed by some mid to late dial Close Combat Expert. A little bummed to not see any leadership, but, you know, hey, beggars and shooters, right? Okay. Next up, we've got Spider-Man. It's Miles Morales, as you can tell by the black and red costume. Miles comes in at 65 points. Has the Spider-Man ally and Ultimate's team abilities, making him a wild card who also has a team ability he can share. We also get improved movement, ignores elevated terrain, as well as the Avengers, Champions, Shield, Spider-Man Family, and Ultimate's keywords. He also has a Dimensional Travel Watch trait, like Black Widow, so he can be equipped with the Dimensional Travel Watch at the beginning of the game. Looking at his dial, we open up a special speed power, a slightly different genetically engineered spider, giving him plasticity, sidestep, and stealth. A couple of clicks to charge them back to the special power. On attack, we get the same basic idea. This time, the special power Shocking Web Blast, which gives Spider-Man precision strike when he's given a move action and moves 5 squares or less after resolutions. But you can use Incapacitate as range at no cost and may use it to target all opposing characters within range and line of fire. Then we get a couple of super strength before going back to Shocking Web Blast. Defensively speaking, you open up with some super senses followed by some combat reflexes. We get some early dial Outwit followed by some late dial Shape Change as well. Again, I've run him as well as Black Widow, and he's honestly quite good. I was actually really impressed with Miles. Next up, we've got Riot. Riot is one that I am actually very thrilled to see. I wish we would have seen the rest of his brethren. We do get one more of them in the form of Scream, who hopefully will be pulling later on. But Riot is one of the Life Foundation symbiotes from the Venom Lethal Protector miniseries. Anyways, Riot comes in at 65 points, has the Codex and Monster keywords as well as improved movement, ignores elevated and hindering terrain. We've also got 2 traits, the Symbiote trait, plus the Shape Change. Then Tossing Weaklings Aside. Super Strength. When Riot knocks back a character after resolutions, deal 1 damage to that character if all opposing characters adjacent to them. Okay, alright. Looking at his dial, we open up with a few clicks of charge, followed by some sidestep. Then we get some Quake, followed by Steel Energy. We open up with a click on defense, we got Indomitable. Open up with a click on Invulnerability, followed by Toughness for the rest of the dial. And we get some late dial Close Combat Expert, which does coincide with the sidestep, so he can be used together. Alright, and it should be noted that the Uncommon Prime is, in fact, Riot as well. Finally, we've got Mysterio. Okay. though a rather goofy Marvel villain, he is still. He does have his charm. And there's also the fact that he can be very dangerous, as the Old Man Logan story proved. As for those who may be unaware, in the dystopian, in the future that Old Man Logan spawns from, Mysterio made Logan think that all the supervillains had invaded the Xavier Mansion. When Wolverine realized what he... It took a while, but Wolverine eventually realized that Mysterio had tricked him into killing the X-Men. So, yeah. It takes an alternate universe for Mysterio to really get a massively awesome deed. A terribly awesome deed in. But yeah. Anyway, Mysterio comes in at 50 points, has the Sinister Syndicate team ability as well as the Sinister Syndicate celebrity and scientist keywords. Meaning, celebrity keywords, so hey, he can give it with Marvella, he can gain Spider-Man family. We get 3 traits. First off is Illusion Generator, which allows Mysterio to start the game with the Illusion Generator equipped at no cost. The Illusion Generator gives the equipped character shape change, and when the character uses it and succeeds, after resolutions create an Illusion Bystander. Illusion Bystanders are autonomous and have incapacitate and shape change. Okay. Next up, we have yet another Sinister Six. Adjacent friendly characters with the Sinister Syndicate keyword can use shape change. Okay, alright, I like that. Then, what horrors do you see in the smoke? Smoke Cloud. Once per turn, Mysterio can use either incapacitate or mind control is free, but only to make a close attack and only to target characters occupying his smoke markers, regardless of adjacency. Okay. Looking at his dial, he is also a Secret Identity character. Linking up with either Quentin Beck or Daniel Burkhart. Normal Mysterio has one click of stealth followed by mind control. We get a full run of incapacitate. Then we get a few clicks of super senses followed by a couple clicks of willpower. Then we open up with some outwit followed by a couple clicks then a couple clicks of perplex, and back to outwit. The Secret Identity dial for him. Full run of stealth, then we get a little bit of incapacitate, some mastermind, followed by barrier, and then we get some probability control. Honestly, I'd be kind of hard pressed on that, because yeah, I mean, prob's nice, and it's not entirely. While it's not a rare power, it's still, if getting it easily is always nice. I'll just put it that way. But yeah, okay, not too bad. And that's going to be it for this portion of the unboxing series. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.